Hello there everyone, I'm the chairman of the board and I welcome you all to the start of my new Let's Play. So basically this is an indie game named Broken Reality. I've played it for the first time earlier this year and I found myself enjoying it, honestly, a whole lot. So effectively this is a walking simulator with some light puzzle solving and some light platforming about exploring virtual reality, which here kind of stands as a metaphor for the old internet as a whole. As I said, this is a game that I was very positively surprised by. So I kind of want to share it with other people, I guess. So let's just delete my my old save and start again. So here we are, greeted by old dial-up browser noises. And we have two directions to go, one which is straight ahead and the other one is backwards. So if we do go backwards, if I remember correctly, where we're gonna end up at is... Hold up for a moment. Nowhere. Gosh, for some reason I seem to remember that going back brings you back to the menu screen, but it doesn't. So I just wasted everyone's time. Fun. So instead we're gonna go straight ahead. Man, look at those dolphins. So as you can clearly tell, this game is very much inspired by I guess you could call it an artistic movement called Vaporwave, which is very hard to explain, so I'm not even gonna try. So what we have is a map, we have a rank, which is gonna come in important later on. We have a quest log, and yes, this game does have actual quests, sorta. Items which we will eventually get, and our controls. Well, I think the word Vaporwave does deserve a little bit of elaboration, at least. So as I said, it's an artistic movement that's based on, well, it's a sort of 80s, 90s, up to the early 2000s retro futurism. I mean, I could try to go further into it using fancy words like hauntology, but honestly, I think this would reach a bit far. Basically, it's both a kind of subversive, but at the same time kind of idealistic representation of what people thought the digital future would be like. You know, I like to refer to it as Zen capitalism, which isn't quite it, but at least it's a very nice term I came up with, and I'm very proud of it. Nah, but seriously, let's play the actual game, maybe get deeper into that further along the line. So we have this lady right here. Her name, I think, is Oni-chan. Welcome back. Pardon me, I must have confused you with someone else. Who are you? Okay. Well, fine then. Well, I wanna be trendy. Wicked cool, Oni-chan. Please go ahead. Thank you, Oni-chan. So, what does Oni-chan have on her PC? Well, solitaire, of course. And we're gonna enter our first area named Domo Paradiso. Now, the little virtual reality we are in is called Natem. I don't know why it's called that, but it is called that. And it does seem to have quite a lively population, even if that population seems to be mostly staring at their phones. Hi there. So they have a variety of dialogue that they go through, most of which is, you know, basically just filler dialogue. And apparently it's set in the future. And the future is going to look very polygonal. Man, look at that Wi-Fi sign. So as you can clearly tell, I kind of adore the art style of this game. Oh, by the way, we can like things, and if we like things, we get likes back. Likes are basically our currency in this game. We want to collect as many of them as possible. And we can do so doing a variety of different things. As you can see, some of them are basically... Oh, look at that! That's malware. We need a specific item to get rid of that and go to the areas that's blocking. But as I said, likes are basically our currency in this game. We use them to level up, and if we level up we can access new areas. And, well, that's the general gist of the game, really. So in this area here in Domo Paradiso, what we need are specific items that help us progress. And I think one of them should be under the ownership of this nice gentleman here, Chosai. Take your shoes off. So tell me, have you come to learn the path? I don't know. Thanks. That is a noble endeavor, Master. That's a shame. Please do so. I think I can do that. Master, I want to carry forth your legacy. So, how was that? 3 pieces of his katana and some tea. Man, this game is so gorgeous though. And I know, this is just going to be one of those streams that are about me gushing about how everything looks, but... Well, look at that. This elder made a fortune with one simple trick. You know, as much as this game is kind of based on like 90s, early 2000 video games, and well, it also looks a lot like Second Life. It does have quite a few kind of topical jokes, I guess. So, as he said, pieces of the katana and tea. I'm sure we're gonna find those if we explore around enough. So what else is there? Well, for one we have that little vending machine which serves as a save point. Which is kinda neat. And we have a bunch of other stuff. Well, what is this right here? Well, I do think that's one piece of the katana. Man, look at those perk gifts there. Doesn't seem like we can go there yet, so that's for later, I guess. Please appreciate that super chill music in the background. Man, look at those colors. Look at those animations. Oh. Yeah, as you can tell, this is a game that I kinda love. And, you know, I will admit I love it based on visuals mostly alone. But nevertheless, you know, I really appreciate... I think that's for later. I can really appreciate a game that can pull off this kind of look so well. I mean, I have kind of obsession, I guess, with low poly graphics. Like, pixel art doesn't really do much for me, but this sort of really colorful, pastel shaded, low polygon landscape that this game creates is just absolutely gorgeous to me. And it kind of created a world I can really get lost in. Now this is a credit machine, we need a credit card to interact with it. Which is another thing we're gonna get, so don't you worry about that. Now the first area of this game is kind of a bit Metroidvania-y, I guess you could call it. In the sense that it's all about unlocking the items necessary to progress further into the game. As far as I know, you can't interact with these floating messages floating about. No, I don't think you can. Now there are a whole bunch of likes in there, but of course you need the katana to slash malware to get in there. So, you know, that's for later. This first area right here is already pretty large. I'm also gonna say it's probably one of the best areas in the game. There is one in it that I like more, that we are getting to visit later on. But for now, this is kind of the best one. Pony Galaxy Online. Now that sounds like a game that I would enjoy immensely. Hello there, good sir. Yo, I brought a rare of data tea for my crew in GF. They're all coming from Geo City. Should be here any minute now. Want one? Sure. Well, of course. That's understandable. A picture of you. Well, no, as a matter of fact, I do not have a camera, but there is, as he already implied, one we can get. Also, that music... It's a remix of the Epic Sax guy. Yeah, this game sure likes its vintage memes, and its not so vintage memes. But that's kind of, you know, in this case it's part of the setting, isn't it? Are you special? Yes, I think so. And now that is straight adorable. Pirate Bay. I do like that. And not only to get likes back, I unironically like it. So that's a surfboard. There is a pun somewhere in there. And there's the photo hut. Now, photos are a pretty good way to unlock some likes. Let's have a look at those photos. They're all very low resolution, but whatever. Hi there, Oni-chan. Every day is a unique day. Well, I've met that one guy with sombrero and the old gentleman who wants to make me a katana, so I guess you could say I've made friends. Thank you. I'd love to. Have camera tokens in range, but not in... yeah, sure. So, as Oni-chan already implied, there are camera tokens kind of floating around in mid-air. And the more you can capture on the same screen, the more likes you get. Kinda like that. And of course, capturing multiple ones also gets you multiple likes. Kinda like that. So, as I already said, this game is based all around getting as many likes as possible. Just like real life. Well, you don't have to call me a pleb just because I don't sleep vertically on my wall. Did I already mention that the music is super chill? Because it is super chill. What are those bird things flying around? Like, are they anything specific? Yeah, whatever. And here we meet a recurring character in this game. Our dear friend Chronic the Hemphog. Get it? Chronic the Hemphog. It's because he's Sonic and he's a stoner. Hey there. One step at a time, Chronic. Gotta take it slow. Go with the flow. I'm exhausted. Well, you keep on being you, Chronic. So... yeah, I know, I've played this game before. What our mate with sombrero back there at the beach told us was to take a photo of him. So that's what we're gonna do, isn't it? Can I get all 4 of those camera tokens on screen? Can I... no? Ah, it doesn't seem like it. And we just ranked up. Look at that. We're rising now. We're a rising star. So that's how our foray into social media starts. Well, that photo enough? Is it? Yeah, I know. Apparently it isn't. Now that's more like it. Yeah. Thanks, my friends will love it. Have some tea. Be seeing you. And of course, solving quests gives us the most likes, so it'll be our main means of progress in this game. So, what's our next step? What's the next step in our master plan? Well, maybe saving. Why not? There are 2 camera tokens, free. Not bad. Wait, I completely forgot that you could enter the water. But you can't go through the waterfall. Shame about that. Just gonna step right over these guys. Can't kick the ball, no, it's a shame. And continue on our merry way. On this beautiful little island called Domo Paradiso. It looks like our mate Chronic has his own game. Chronic Adventures 2. You know, I played the Sonic Adventures games. They weren't very good. Well, I kinda argue the second one kinda holds up. Kinda. If you're not too critical. So, if I remember correctly, there should be a guy somewhere down here. Yeah, a guy. Look at that fella. I'm trying very hard, friend. One day I will be as trendy as you. Well, can anyone be as trendy as him? Who knows, really. Now this looks like you could interact with your camera with it, but you can't. At the very least, not yet. And only now I realized it says broken reality there. Honestly, I never saw that before. Weird. So viewers, are you ready to transcend? Personally, I was born ready to transcend. My whole existence is basically transcendental. At the very least I like to think so. So, what do we have here? We have the super tech support where our friend Oni-chan hangs out. So where's the admin? Oh. Pool's closed. How about that? Okay. That sounds convenient. But there doesn't seem to be anything else that Oni-chan can do for us. Well, at least this one isn't playing solitaire. So that's nice. What else do we have here? Well, of course the floral shop, which you see is, it's a reference. It's a reference to a music album. Truth be told, probably the most influential vaporwave music album there is. Like, if you've heard that one 420 song, which is the actual name of that song, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, well, go listen to it right now. It's a good song. Right? It is a good song, don't you think? Exactly, it's a great song to chill to. So right here should be the second part of our katana. Completely forgot where the third one was, but I'm sure we're gonna find it. Eventually. Oh, the E-Mall, that's where we are right now. Now here we have the MWA, the Moai with attitude. Hey there! My name is Mr. Drone, MC Ram, and DJ Advanced Port. Sure, I can do that. Well, we can't go to the Central Mall yet. So it's sunblock, sunglasses and a cap. As soon as we can enter the mall, which as you can see we can't yet, I'm gonna do just that. That's gonna be something. So let me think real quick. Like, where do we want to go next? I should remember that. It's not really been that long ago since I first played this game. We've got 2 katana pieces and the tea he wants, but we are still missing 1. So that's definitely something that we could probably do pretty soon. And that would be nice. We can't really help the Moai with attitudes yet, because... well, we need to enter the mall for that. Which means we need to cut free our way by using the katana, which we don't have yet. There are a bunch of other items in this game, but I don't think we have any of those yet. So for now let's just see what's here real quick. Because I think another item that we can get should be in this area. Now, as you can see, through normal means there is no way to get out of here. Because can't go there and can't go there. In case you haven't noticed yet, this game doesn't have a jump button. Maybe should have mentioned that earlier on, but it doesn't. Also, those palm trees don't have collision. They're just holograms. Beautiful, beautiful holograms. Oh. Tired of nut jumping? Kinda. Right here, Mr. the Frog. Can I interact with you? Oh, but I can take a picture of you. That's almost a substitute. Yeah, as I said, down there, there's an item. That's the bookmarker. What does the bookmarker do? The bookmarker places a teleport place for you. So if I remember correctly, you place it, right, left click and right click, that was it. So if you place it here, no, differently. If we place it here, we can teleport here. And this little pop-up here makes stairs appear to the left there. So they do go down again. So obviously what you have to do here is use your bookmarker. Place it here. And well, then you make the stairs appear. Use your bookmarker and you get out. Those things there, by the way, are vantage points. Vantage points? No. There are places where you can use a grappling hook, which we haven't gotten yet. But we will. We will pretty soon. So now, where do you end up here? You end up here where the luxury pool would be, but we can't go there yet, because the pool, as Oni-chan mentioned, is closed. Due to AIDS. Now, for people who haven't been on the internet as long as me, that's a reference to the time back when 4chan was still good. God, can you believe that there was a time when 4chan was good? Yeah, me neither. So, yeah. Yeah, there's another item up there. And a save point, but the item is more important. I'll be the last piece of our katana. So now we can take that back to Chosai and have a katana to slash away at all of that pesky malware. So that we can finally be free of it. That would be wonderful. Don't you agree? Yeah, I know, data tea is hard to find. But kindly enough, that gentleman with the sombrero gave us a can and we can bring it to Chosai, so that he can make the katana for us. Good old Chosai. That's great. I'm not sure if that is also great. That, however, definitely is. Thank you, Sensei. So, where actually is it? Man, look at the little Zen garden there. I wish I knew what these kanji say, but I don't. Oh yeah. By the way, in case you couldn't tell, those item icons are like archive files. That's pretty neat. And now we have a katana. Look at it. Look at it with its shining blade. And I think what... Yeah, like... The writing there should be that of the blue screen of death. And now we can slash away malware. Like an internet samurai. Yeah. And through those means we can, among other things, now enter the mall. Which is probably the next thing we want to do, because if I am not incorrect, we can't yet go up there, because that one is closed as well, the Dragon Road. So, yeah, we're gonna go to the mall. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go to the mall next time. Because I think for today I'm going to call it an episode. So that being said, hope you'll join me again next time. Until then, I'll be seeing you. Goodbye.